Good morning, everyone. Blind Sniper here. Gotta show you something. I was shooting earlier today, and that is 1-inch targets. Each one is 1 inch. All shot with a 22 LR. The only one that I missed was here. Caught the edges right here. They kept stacking on top of each other. Got one, missed one right here on the edge, and one right there. It really wasn't on the edge, but it's made such a big hole, the whole chunk come off. 22 LR, that's at 25 yards. And let me explain that to you. I zeroed the scope I had on there at 25 yards because I was told if you zero at 25, you should be right on the money at 70 or 75 yards. But you would have to move it up or down at 50, adjust it. But that's not the case. I want to try it out. So I zeroed it at 25. And all this was standard velocity by CCI. Then I come over here at my 50 yard, and that's what I got. But you got to remember now, 2 flyers. I think I pulled this one. That one there, standard velocity. It's going to do that. You're going to have some flyers every now and then. See right on the edge, standard velocity. This is 50 yards. Looks just as good as the 25 yard. And that was just an experiment I wanted to try on my scopes, because this whole video is about scopes. As you know, I've been looking for a better scope, budget scope, and entry-level scope, whatever you want to call it. I'm fixing to explain all this to you. As soon as I walk this 50 yards back to the table here, we'll sit down and have a little chit chat, because I found a scope I want to buy. I found several, really, I want to buy. Some of them I had tried. Other people owned them. I tried them, and I was very impressed with them. And I've done some research on them and done some tests on them when I had them. I've done a other video about scopes. I hope y'all looked at it. If you didn't, go back and look at it again, because you understand where I'm coming from. Forgive my breath. I'm old, so I fight for the wind. But see right here what I got on this paper? What is a budget scope? This is what I want to get clarified, because people out there, everybody's outlook as far as a budget scope is different. Budget scope to me probably don't mean the same thing to you and to anybody else. People who's got a lot of money, budget scopes are different, whole different ball game to them. But right here it says, when people refer to a budget scope, they're generally talking about optics priced under $300 to $500. While some extremely budget conscious users might look at scopes as $100 to $200 range. That's the way I've been lately. Most reviewers and shooters define a solid budget tier, which offers reliability, durability, clear glass, and basic features are ranged anywhere from $200 to $500. That's where I have pretty much just about jumped to. I'm looking at scopes that, I find some that I like. That's $125, $150, stuff like that. But most of them have been right there around the $200 mark. All right, here's a breakdown of what the price range typically represents. Now this is what I wrote down. Under 200, entry-level budget. / budget, because some people consider them entry level, some people consider them budget. They're suitable for rimfire with 22 LR rifles, varmint hunting, or casual plinking. Brands often include Hawk, Bushnell, and Vortex Crossfire 2. $200 to $300, which is considered a solid budget. Good quality glass for the price, often with limited lifetime warranties. Examples include Vortex Diamondback and various Bushnell models. And then you got what they call the high-end budget, which is $300 to $500. This range is considered the sweet spot for many hunters, offering decent tracking, better low tight light performance, and sometimes first focal plane reticles. Athlon, Argus, BTR, and Arkin are some examples. Now, key things to consider. Modern budget scopes, especially around 300 to 500, offer significant better performance than they did 10 years ago. And I'm saying that because I'm 65. I've been shooting a lot of years, and the scopes nowadays are a whole lot better than what they were back when I was young. Leading many to argue that you will not need to spend over $1,000 for a reliable hunting scope, and I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree that we shouldn't be spending over $1,000 for a hunting scope. You hear me now? I'm not talking about precision shooting or anything like that. Use case: while these scopes work for hunting, competitive long-range scopes usually consider budget to be closer to $500 to $1,000. That's what I've been told. That's the reason I wrote that down here. $500 to $1,000, but that's not me. I believe you could probably do some competitive shooting with $200 to $1,000. I don't even think you got to go as high as $1,000, really. Probably $200 to, I don't know, probably just guessing $800. Depends on what you're doing for competitive shooting. If you're just plinking metal, shooting at metal targets, no, you don't need all that. $1,000 is ridiculous. But anyway, that's what I've come up with on that deal. And another thing I want to talk about right here is, let's see. Oh, that's not it. All right, right here. I got a list of my recommendations on scopes that I would buy and that I do plan on buying. Right here, the first one is TPO, and I won't buy them in this order. This is just a list I made. You buy them in different, I might buy one on the bottom of the page quick enough, buy one on the top. But anyway, TPO Sniper KT12 60 by 60 SAL. It's a 12 by 60 by 60 scope. I would buy that one because the eye box, like I told you, the eye box is a waste. You lose about 10x on it. So that scope's really a 12 by 50 by 60. And a 12 by 60 by 60 for $359, it's not really that bad. You're spending about $7.18 per magnification. And you got 50 times magnification. And when I say 50 times magnification instead of 60, I'm talking about 50. You can throw that scope up. You ain't got to worry about the eye box being black. Now, if you're looking at a 12 by 60 by 60 and you want to zoom it all the way out to 60, you're going to have to hold your head dead center. And I had no problem with that if I'm in a competition shooting. But if I'm shooting out here in the yard and want to have some fun, I'm not going to go through all that. I'm looking at a scope. I can throw it to my face. I can see my target. I can aim dead center and fire and hit dead center and see it good. Here's the next one, Acumeter. I guess is how you pronounce it. I really can't pronounce this word. It's Oculus. It's a Oculus S. It's a 10 by 60 by 56 second focal plane. The eye box begins to show noticeable restrictions and darkening at 30x. Now, That 10 by 60 by 56 is really a 10 by 30 by 56 as far as being able to just throw it up and shoot. And it's not but $199.99. Might as well say $200. That's a pretty good deal. For a 10 by 30 by 56, that's going to be clear and plain to see through, and you can hit target on for $200. I can live with that. But you can still use the other 30. But it's going to start turning black and dark, and you got to take your time with it. The Victor Optics Sentinel X Pro 10. Highly recommend this one. This is probably going to be the first one I buy. This is the SOCO 58, which is the newest model. There's another one that's 54, I believe it is, something like that. 50, I can't remember. I got it on here though. But this is the newer model than that one. It's this 10 by 40 by 50 really doesn't turn black in the eyeballs until you start hitting 35. So you're only losing 5x on it. And it's for $209. That's a good deal. For a 10 by 35 by 50 scope, that's not bad at all. Make sure these papers don't blow away. It's getting windy out here now. Another one I recommend is Atradites, the Dune 1060 by 50. It's a second focal plane now. But it's really a 10 by 30 by 50 when you get rid of the darkness, because darkness starts around 30x. Still, again, $195. $195 for a 1030 by 50. That is not bad at all. And the other 30 is still usable if you just take the time and want to get your eyesight straight on it and strain with it a little bit. But I'm not into that. I'm into having some fun. All right, here's another one based on reviews and user experiences. The Victor Optic Sentinel 1040 by 50. This is it, the SOCO 34. This is the other Victor I was talking about. Now check this one out. You're still getting a 10 by 35 by 50 for only $169.99. The only difference between it and the newer model is the newer model has a illuminating reticle, and it also has a stop. This one here does not have neither of that. The reticle stays black, and it don't have a stop. That's the only difference. So you can get the same scope for $169.99, or you can get the one that you can turn on the reticle and got a zero stop on it, and you get it for $209. I'm getting the one with $209. I want the stop, the zero stop on it. All right. Wait a minute, I missed one here. No, that's the same scope. All right. Here is Night Star 1040 by 56 second focal plane. Wow, that is really a 10 by 30 by 56, and you can get that for $200. So I like that. That's pretty good. The other one is Osprey 10A10 40 by 50 MDG. This is a good scope. This scope here is a little more expensive now, but it's worth it because you're getting this 10 by 40 by 50, you're only losing 2x on it. So you're still getting 38x magnification clear with a clear eye box. It don't start getting dark until 38. It don't go higher than 40. But it's $299 on eBay. I found one on eBay for $299. But they normally sell for around $449 to $549. But I found one on eBay for $299.99. So there is some good deals on eBay. Let's see here. What the next one is Osprey 1040 by 50 tactical scope. And it's a 35. So it's a 10 by 40 by 50, but you're actually getting a 10 by 35 by 50 with a clear lens and a clear eye box. Now, you get the other 10 with a dark eye box if you want to strain to look through it. But it's a good price. Sometimes you can find them for $250. Now, there's what they call an Osprey Global 1040 by 50. You can get it for $250, and it's actually a 1035 by 50. Barska 1040 by 50 varmint rifle scope. Good deal. 1040 by 50 for $104. That's the only reason I'm putting this one on here. It's $104 for a 1020 by 50. You're losing half of the magnification as far as being clear, and the other half is it's got a dark eye box. But for a true 1020 by 50 for $104, you can't beat that. And that's a true 1020 by 50. The Firefield. I don't know if you ever heard of them or not. You won't find them on eBay or anywhere like that there. You have to go to the website. The Firefield is sold from their website. And I think you'll love this one too. It's a 1040 by 50. But it's actually a 1030 by 50 with clear glass. Last 10 is going to be the dark black eye box. But my God, it ain't but $150. They generally retail anywhere from $95 to $120, but the only one I could find was $150. So that's not bad. Those are scopes I recommend. They are. Now, when it comes to scopes I don't recommend, people, I'm gonna tell you right now, I got about 12 pages of them right here. Right here, about 12 pages. The Athlon Argus BTR Gen 2 834 by 56. If you're gonna go past 50 yards, I wouldn't mess with it. Unless it's for a high-powered rifle. But I'm talking about 22 now. Everything I'm recommending is for a 22 rifle. If you get one of these, like this Athlon Argus BTR, I got one, and it's good at 25 yards. And it's good at 50 yards, but it pretty much sucks at 100 because you can't even see the bullet holes in the target unless you use one of them splatter targets. That's the only way. A Kumeta Oculus 540 by 56. I don't recommend it because it's really not but a 5 by 25 by 56, and they want $182. That's too much for a 5 by 25 by 56 in my book. And again, it's only good for 25 and 50. If you're trying to go on out to a 75 and 100, you can forget it. You can't see the bullet holes. Aphrodite, excuse me. Solus 8 by 48 by 56. You're really not getting but an 8 by 25 by 56. It's not worth it. $185. $200, you can get a whole lot better than you're getting on these right here. The West Hunter Optics. It's only an 8 by 24 by 56, and they sell it as an 8 by 32. It's not. Your scope goes black at 24 all the way up to 32. And they still want $189 for it. And see, I don't pay for something I can't use that high. I mean, these other ones I'm only losing 10. Yeah, there's a few of them I'm losing 30 on, but for the price, it's not bad. But these right here, you're losing 30, and it's costing the devil out of it. Barska Varmint 1040 by 60. It's a 40. You get 30. It's actually a 10 by 24. Oh, excuse me, I said 30, but it said when magnification is increased beyond 24 to 30, it turns black. It called it tunnel and dark. But they want $227 for it. It's only a 10 by 24 actually that you can use. Shot Tac 10 by 40, waste $300 for it because it's only actually a 10 by 20 by 56. Discovery Optic LHD 8 by 32, I would not buy because it's actually only an 8 by 24 by 56. and they want $269 for it. It's not worth it to me. And I'm not saying that you don't want it. I mean, you might want to do that. I don't know. You might be the person that wants to try to hold your head perfectly still and look through the darkness and hit target, but I'm not doing that. Basically, let's see, this one right here is 8x20 by 44. And that is a Mueller Target 8x32 by 44. Way too dark. It actually ain't but an 8x20. And that's $245. Mueller Tactic 832 by 44. It's an 8x20 for 44. And they still wanted $175 on this other one. So it's not worth it. Now, ADE Pro Zoom 520 by 50. The only way I would buy this one, and I got one, I paid $95 for mine. I wouldn't buy it now for the price they got it at, because it's done went up to $195. I don't know why, but I got it for $95. But it's only a 5 by 14 by 50. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's good at 25 to 50 yards. You can see your bullet holes, no problem. Everything looks fine. Midton 6 by 24 by 50 I would not buy. I got some. I use them on my high-powered rifles, not on the 22. But 6 by 10 is all it is, and they $49. That's what we're talking about, the extreme budget. Some people buy the extreme budget. I used to do that, but the mid-budget used to be the extreme budget now. Because I remember when I used to be able to get the nicer scopes for $100 or less. You know, you might spend $82 or $90-something for them, but now prices has changed and everything's going up. So that's when I said I had to say that I'm more of a solid budget guy, because anywhere from $200 to maybe $400 I would go on a scope, but I doubt it. You $200 to $300, and I'll be cussing myself out at $300. The Penty 6 by 24 by 50, nah, I wouldn't mess with it. It's actually a 20, and they said the clarity on it is best between 6X and 16. It's $59, so that's one of the extreme budget deals. But I could go on and on and on with these. The CV Life's on here too. I wouldn't buy the CV Life. I bought a CV Life. I got two of them. I bought one that was a 6 by 24 by 50. Old style. Sucks bigger than all get out. It does. I wouldn't buy another one. I found another 6 by 24 by 50 CV Life. It's no name on it. I don't know if it was a copy somebody made or what, but that sucker will shoot good. And magnification is a whole lot different on it than my other 6 by 24. I still got it. I'm trying to find a name on it, because it says CV Life. Excuse me a second, I got hiccups. It says CV Life, but it don't tell me if it's a Bear or what brand of CV Life it is. There's no name on it. It just says CV Life 6 by 24 by 50. And I can't find that much information on it. I'm gonna have to go back in my barn and look for the box that came in and see if I can find some paperwork that can go a little more in depth with it. But, because I'm like everybody else, when I buy these scopes, I really don't read the paperwork. I've been zeroing scopes so long now, I don't need a piece of paper telling me how to do it. The only thing I do is take suggestions, and one thing I heard a guy say on the internet, on YouTube, was it's best to zero your rifle, a 22 LR rifle now, at 25 yards. And it'd be okay at 50. You might have to adjust it, but it'd be just like shooting 25. It'd be like shooting it at 75. It'd be right on target. It's about something about the trajectory and the arch of the bullet. So I tried it. I done it this morning. I tried it, and it works. The 25 yard, every one of them bullseye except for a couple of strays.
50 yards, I shot 2 of them just before I went in the house. They look fantastic, bullseye on them. Didn't have to adjust it. I didn't try it at 75. I do have a target set up at 75, but I had to get back in the house right quick and take care of some things. But anyway, think about this stuff and look at it. Don't go out there and be spending $1,600 for a scope, fellas, if you're gonna be shooting in the yard. And you don't need all that. You really don't. You don't need to go on this $500 scopes and stuff like that. $200 is reasonable right now, where the prices are set for backyard shooters. Now, with that said, if you're into NR, is it NR 22, NRF 22, something like that, competition? I'm not up to date with all of it, but and you're shooting for prizes and money and whatever you're shooting for, hey, that's different. That's competition you in. If you're making money, spend the money, put it back in what you're doing, and make yourself better. But there's nothing out here that's gonna give me money for shooting in my backyard. So $200 budget, and I can see them bullet holes just as pretty and clear as they can be at 35, 50, and 100 yards on the guns that I'm using. So take it with a grain of salt if you want to, or just ponder it a little bit, but I hope you see what I'm trying to get at. Our budget rifles are also the same way. I shot them with a Ruger Precision 22 LR. That's what made them bullet holes there on these targets. Got it out this morning, been having trouble with it. But see, I was trying to zero everything in at 50 yards. And a guy on the internet said, zero it at 25 and go from there. And that's what I done, and he's right. 25, perfect at 50. I was going the wrong way with it. Because when I zeroed it for 50, it messed it all the way up for the 75 and the 100. But with 25, for some reason, because of the projector, when you zero it at 25, the 75 is supposed to be the same as a 25. 50, he said you might have to adjust, you might be a little bit high. But mine was right on the money. I mean, it was a little high, but it was hitting the top part of the zero. And them targets aren't but 1-inch targets. That's what I'm shooting, 1-inch targets. And you see there was no bullet holes around it. So try it, see what you can do. Let me know. Tell me what you think in the bottom. Please like and subscribe. We'll take this for a moment to say that, because I'm trying to get my channel up and running and get it noticed a little bit, and hopefully have some conversations going back and forth where we can tell each other something that's going to help us without spending a lot of money. You know, these guys that's, you know, these $1,600 rifles, $2,000 rifles, $2,500 rifles, $3,000 rifles, more power to them if they're in the competition and if they're making money with it. If they're not, I feel sorry for them. That's just somebody who got so much money don't know what to do with it. But fellas, airsoft shooting, I've heard that there's a big competition thing going on with that. And if that's true, more power to you if you can make money off of it. And if you do, buy you an expensive scope. But me, man, I've been doing some shooting all this. Oh, I got to get out here sometime and rake these shells up. But anyway, God bless all of you and take care. And I'll see you on the upside and the downside. But right now, I just been enjoying myself. And the spring weather's here too. Jesus Christ, I love it. Lord's blessed us with some beautiful days. My garden's going, getting it going up here. I got a lot going on. Plus I'm trying to work my job too, so. See here, tomato plants are looking beautiful. They're coming along all right. I had to put the fence right to keep the deer out of it. But I don't go to the massive gardens. I just do a little bit here and there. But peppers are doing good. Tomatoes are doing good. I got tomatoes sit at 2 different stages. These 3 here, the first I planted, and then I got this other stage. So when them dirt die out, these here will be doing better. They're not. It's not that they stunted or anything. They're just planted at a different time. Got me a couple of squash plants thrown in there. Old Blind Sniper got it going on. But anyway, got any questions? Ask me. I'll see what I can do to help you. But it's a Blind Sniper. You take care. Bye-bye.